As you can see, the sun is out and we are loving it. There's a real buzz right across the country.
But there is such a thing as sunshine guilt. Mark Fennell will be telling us all about that in just a few minutes. God bless him. Of course, we've got something to feel guilty about.
But first, let's check in with Met Éireann for the latest forecast. Here's meteorologist Rebecca Cantwell. Good morning to you, Rebecca. I believe we hit 25.9 degrees yesterday. How is the weather looking for the next couple of days?
That's right. So we reached 25.9, which is a record temperature for April. Previously, we had reached 25.8 in 1984 in Galway, and that was the record highest temperature for April. So we beat that yesterday, although the last day of April. And now it's going to be warm again today, mainly in the south, but there is a deterioration in the north. So there's a cold front just moving in over the country. So in the north and west, it is a bit cloudier and a bit cooler, and that's going to continue through the rest of the day. And so from tomorrow on, we are going to see temperatures decrease slightly, still in the mid-teens right through for the bank holiday weekend and into next week, as high pressure is going to dominate conditions. So it's not going to be bad weather. It'll be quite decent, sunny spells at times, fairly settled and dry, but just a little bit cooler.
Rebecca, I love your face there. You're like, I'm smiling. Please don't hate me for telling you that the clouds are coming in. You get so much slack. Do you ever feel sunshine guilt, as though you're not making the most of the good weather, Rebecca?
Absolutely. And being in the office all day yesterday, I felt quite guilty looking out. Quite sad.
See, it even happens to the people who can predict it. Rebecca
Absolutely,
Cantwell.
and she could see it coming. Although, Rebecca, you've got the plan. You could book yesterday off because you saw this good weather coming.
That's right.
You missed a trick on that one. Listen, Rebecca Cantwell from Met Éireann, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks
with
a million.
that.
Thank you.
Mark Fennell joins us as well to talk about. So, listen, everybody I saw was in great form yesterday, but when I went into an office, there were people working there and they're feeling a bit miserable that they weren't able to get out.
There is the sunshine guilt, basically. It's because sunshine in Ireland particularly is like an opportunity, and we feel if we're not getting out in it, we're missing an opportunity to top up in the sun.
True.
And it's so unpredictable. So it's understandable. Then there's FOMO as well. And they say that extroverts struggle with this more than introverts, because the extrovert feels like, oh, the sun is out, and it has associations of party, fun in the sun. And introverts aren't always the same. I have a friend actually goes shopping in the city centre when the weather is bad because he doesn't like the crowds. So personality also plays a role in it as well, which is quite interesting.
Okay, because there was an awful lot, like yesterday, I was, doing my normal day, and it was like, I am not making the most of this, because we know that this is going to end. 0896 111 111.
We haven't seen heat like that since 1984,
I know.
and I was making the most out of it. I had the sunglasses on,
No, I
all
didn't make
meetings,
it.
phone calls outside yesterday.
That's the way to do it.
Like, some people do it really well, as I mentioned, a fella that I know. Like, I'll be there in 5 minutes, and he was basically naked in a park.
Yeah.
And he was on a work call, you know what I mean? So why is it that some people are like, well, I have to continue on with my day, while others are like, oh, sure, listen, I'll blag this.
Yeah, so there's a thing called meteorosensitivity, right? And 38% of people have this, and it's where we're very subjective to the weather. It defines our mood, and it really affects, should we say, the serotonin levels and so forth in our body. So when we see the weather, it can make us feel up if it's good and feel down if it's bad. So if you're more that inclined, you'll be very much feeling when it's the sun, oh, I want to get out in it, I feel like I'm really missing it, because you're kind of aware that you need it and you miss it, because we do need the sun. In fact, they say 10 to 15 minutes of just getting sun in the morning can actually set you up for so many things. Serotonin, for one, which controls appetite, mood, energy, all those things. But also as well, we need it for obviously the health of ourselves. Now, in Ireland, from October to March, we're not really getting enough sun. And so statistics show that moods drop and overall performance gets impacted, as well as people's, shall we say, quality of life, because they're feeling not great, a bit sluggish, it's dark in the mornings. So it has a huge impact on us hormonally. Serotonin is a neurotransmitter, so we need it. So it's really, really important that we get sun.
And we're vitamin D deficient, which of course you get from the sunshine here in Ireland. So I know that during the winter months we're encouraged to take
October
vitamin
to
D.
March.
And they talk to us about those sad lamps, the kind of that bright sunshine that hits your face in the morning.
Basically, yeah. And it doesn't replicate the sun. The sun is 10,000 lux and these lamps don't. But what it does do, you see, really quickly, we have a part of the brain called the hypothalamus, and it's triggered by light from the sun. And when it gets triggered, it elevates our serotonin. So it's basically our eyes see that it's bright, and that's why these lamps can work similar kind of mimicking effects.
Okay.
So the importance of the vitamin D for bone health and all those other things as well. So the downside is we have to cover up with UV, where skin is not ready for the sun, generally speaking. But the problem is the UVB gets blocked, so we don't generate as much vitamin D then when we're wearing it all the time. So sometimes going without factor for 5-10 minutes can be advantageous, but it depends on skin type. You got to be careful.
Wait, Isabel, the dermatologist, in yesterday, and Jennifer Rock. We do not advocate that.
No, we don't.
Take a supplement of vitamin D. Take a supplement of vitamin D.
Now it's a lovely weather.
Yeah, I mean, morning sun.
Do
you not have sunscreen on right
this
now?
morning? No.
5 minutes, and morning sun, by the way, not peak high sun.
So put on a sickie when the weather is good. Is that something that people should be thinking about?
Well, statistics show it's actually quite common. So a lot of people will take, or half days or extended lunches, that kind of thing. The reality is, should we be allowed, I suppose, in Ireland, take some time off when the sun comes? That's a question. And some people believe that maybe this could be a thing, because here's what's been proven by Harvard Business is they said when people are getting adequate sun, performance goes up. Even the brightness of your office can actually impact performance. So when I work with people, I work with a lot of high performers, say, for example, I'll ask them, are you getting some sunlight in the morning? If not, how bright is your office? Because if you have a dim lit office or you're not getting sun, it does impact your mood. But I do have a life hack you can do.
Hold on, have you ever taken a day off to enjoy the sun? Yes.
One person has got in touch there. Right, I want you to hold the phone up against the QR code. Be honest, we won't be able to come chasing after you now.
Good question.
Your employer won't come back. But have you ever taken a day off when the sun is shining? See, my previous job was out playing rugby. These are great. It was the cold, miserable days I would have been taken off.
Yeah. We're missing a lot last year, though, weren't you? When you were meant to be.
But that was.
You'll always know by the tan on people.
Go on, what's your hack?
So a life hack, right? Just really quickly, if you sit in the sun for 5 to 10 minutes, you eat a bar of chocolate that's high in cacao. Cacao releases serotonin. The sun will release serotonin because it triggers the brain. You get dopamine from the chocolate, and sitting in the sun, you get vitamin D. It has the effects of mild antidepressive behavior. So eating the chocolate, sit on a bench for 10 minutes, and then go for a walk for 20 to 30 minutes afterwards. And that will guarantee you level up your mood.
Can you swap out the chocolate for wine?
No,
maybe not.
Let's not get on with it.
Maybe not. I keep on going. So we know that the Unite trade union we're just talking about, they're saying, listen, we need to start talking about days off when people are getting this. But science has shown that the sun, it boosts some people's moods, but not others.
No, not
What's
so.
that about?
Seasonal affective disorder, which is basically we talk about it more in the dark months. People get very down when the darkness comes in, but it also can have the effect as well when the sun is out. It's a different sort of effect. Some people, when they see the sun, they feel that there's a call to be doing stuff or places get busy, and from a personality perspective, they don't always like that. So most people love the sun, but not all, which is kind of the interesting fact around it. And I think this is the thing, I'll always say to people like this, getting enough sun, you cannot, when you look at the statistics and the studies, it's incredible for performance, for mood, but even when it comes to appetite, even when it comes to nervous system and lowering our stress levels, because serotonin helps us deal with cortisol and stress. So there's so much good. So the moral of the story is get out, walk for 20 minutes and eat a bar high in cacao, and you'll feel the world better.
And even if it's too hot at 1 o'clock, whatever, even in the afternoon or in the morning like this, it's beautiful. It'll definitely raise your mood levels.
We underestimate the power of it, but from the neuroscience perspective and from obviously the hormonal perspective, it is incredible, because people low in serotonin sometimes can have cravings like sugar and carbs, which we don't always realise the connection. So sometimes it can be that.
And listen, the amount of drying. It's wonderful, lads, isn't it?
There's great drying in it.
There's so much drying in it at the minute.
How long
Enjoy
before
it.
Irish people say it's too hot?
They've already
Can't
started.
deal with it. Too hot.
0896 111 111 to get in contact with us about enjoying the sun, pulling sickies, whatever it is that you're up to. Mark Fennell, thank you so much for joining
Thanks
us.
for that, Mark.
I really appreciate it.
That's still pretty 50-50.
Yeah, it is actually. Now, still to come this morning, we're taking a trip down memory lane with boy band 5 ahead of their arena tour.
Yes, they're going to be coming in to talk to us. Plus, Mark McCabe is also going to join us to celebrate 25 years of Maniac 2000. What a banger.
And our resident movie maniac, he is a maniac, Brian Lloyd, is here to explain why our favourite from the 2000 movies are making a comeback in cinemas. Talk to you shortly on Ireland AM.